I think the most important thing about the coaching is that you are going to get out of it what you put into it, so you need to put something into it. The most important thing that I got out of it was being able to focus on one particular theme or one particular area, which in my case was an area that I think all of us are somewhat weak at, which is evaluating performance and clearly defining expectations. So the conversations that I had with my coach revolved around defining expectations clearly, coaching people toward meeting expectations, evaluating people on those expectations, and kind of trying to work toward an outcome of getting people to do what they didn't really think they might be able to do or weren't sure they could. Well, I think leadership coaching really and truly is about you. I think it's an opportunity for you to step outside of your comfort zone, to maybe define something. I don't think getting a pat on the back for the things you do well is really going to help you. I think trying to define some things that you don't do as well and trying to get better in those is really going to define you. And so I think that's what you want to try to do. And so therefore you have to be prepared to kind of step outside of your comfort zone. You're going to learn some things about yourself, but it's going to move you forward, which allows you to move your team forward, which allows you to move your organization forward. So I really think it's if you know everything, there's really no need for you to work with a coach. You should become the coach. But I think most of the time, most of us have an area in which we're weak or we're not quite sure we're doing as good as we could do in, and it's a good opportunity to learn about that area and probably learn a little bit about yourself too. I think in the case of the coach that I work with, the coaching setting that we did was what I would characterize more as evocative coaching, which is coaches working to elicit a response or or evoke a line of thought in a particular area. Most of my background was in athletics, so most of the coaching that I've been exposed to has been what I would call more direct coaching, which is getting information and then applying it. Whereas in the evocative coaching session, it's more working with someone to have responses elicited. For instance, it's more of a how do I know what I think until I heard what I had to say, and so therefore it's more working with a coach along the lines of establishing a line of conversation and a line of thought to help you move toward a solution. So I think the skill that most of these coaches have really is the ability to elicit a response or evoke a line of conversation that will go long enough to move you toward an outcome. I think coaching is an excellent option. The thing that strikes me most about this is I don't know how many communities around the country have the advantage that those of us in the nonprofit sector in Richmond have with this consortium that's been developed between VCU, the Community Foundation, Partnership for Nonprofit Excellence, the Nonprofit Learning Point, because it really provides some excellent resources in the nonprofit field. So we're very, very lucky to have that, and we should take advantage of it. So I would tell people to take advantage of the coaching, and if I could make them one suggestion when they do that is pick one theme, and I don't want to call it narrow, but I think you're only going to have a limited period of time, and so pick a theme that you really want to explore so that you can make the focus narrow enough so that you can generate enough conversation and generate enough thought process so that you can generate enough actionables that will move you toward an outcome. So that's what I would say. I would say pick a theme that's important to you to get better in and stick to that particular theme so that you can generate enough to get a desired outcome.